George of the jungle, strong as he can be.
So what's the difference between joint tenants and community property? If you live in Utah, it's a good thing to understand how joint tenancy works. That's what we're discussing today in the creditjungle.com. My name is George Anderson, and thank you for joining. And Utah is one of the few states west of the Mississippi that is a joint tenant state. Most of the states are community property, and there's a big difference between the two when it comes to getting a mortgage. So I'm going to limit this discussion just in case there's any real estate attorneys listening that would want to chime in and give a more elaborate explanation. I'm not going to go into the whole pie. I'm just going to take one little thin slice as it pertains to qualifying for a mortgage. But if you have a husband and a wife that want to apply for the loan, and let's just say that one of the spouses has good credit, good income, the other spouse has good credit and good income, no problem. You can do one or the other, or you can do both. But what do you do when there is a discrepancy between the credit between the two borrowers? In a community property state, you have to take the delinquent debts, collection accounts, judgments, tax liens, anything else that is in the non-borrowing spouse's name, and you have to factor that into the ability for the couple to qualify, even though the spouse with good credit is going to be the only one on the loan. So there are a lot of transactions there, and it probably, maybe second marriage situations or, whatever you might have, where you have a disparity between credit that sometimes a person who had no intention of disqualifying himself for being able to get a mortgage all of a sudden finds out that because of some of the, dangling participles of a new spouse, that he's got to clean that stuff up to be able to get a mortgage for himself. In a joint tenancy state like Utah, that's not the case. The borrowers can file separate tax returns. They can have separate everything. You can put the husband on the loan. He can be the only one on the title. And the wife could literally be in the middle of a bankruptcy, and it would not prevent the husband from purchasing property. And the same would be true. I mean, if you had a husband that was, say, behind on child support or something like that, and the spouse has good income, and the wife makes good income and has good credit, well, it's not going to be a hindrance to her. You just might not be able to count both incomes to put them on the loan. But one of the things that you can do is, even though the spouse with the poor credit might not be able to be on the loan, they can also be, you can have them both on the title and only one person on the loan. So the reason that you would do that, it's a very simple form of estate planning. Joint tenants, upon the death of one spouse, the other spouse automatically just has title in their own name only, and there's no need to go through probate court on that. So there's kind of some unique advantages, and what it boils down to is that all things being equal, and discrepancies between borrowers and husbands and wives and credit scores and income and everything else, you're going to be able to approve more loans and qualify more people in a joint tenant state than you can in a community property state. So hopefully that was valuable information. We've got a lot of people from California moving to Utah right now. If you want some more information, push button, get Mortgage Professional. I would love to talk with you about your situation and see what we can do to give you the best possible terms for your financing on a home. Have a great day.